Whoa. Doki Doki Blue Sky is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. So if you're watching this, guys, you should go and watch Markiplier or someone else play the original. Game files for DDLC are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free at http://ddlcmo or from Steam. By applying Doki Doki Blue Skies, you agree that you have completed DDLC? Yes. Lastly, this mod contains NSFW content, including nudity, which can be turned off in the settings. What's up, dudes? My name is Joel Magic, Muslim Gadget Crystals, and welcome to Doki Doki Blue Skies. Now, this is an after game from Doki Doki Literature Club. So, I'll try to remember these guys' names. So, that's, Sayori. Yeah, that's Sayori. That's Natsuki. And that's Yuri. But then, who are we missing? Oh, yeah. We're missing Monica. So let's start a new game. Please enter your name. I would put in Joel Magic. However, let's be a bit crafty. I am going to call myself Quibble. Don't know why, just Quibble. Dot dot dot. What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Is that you, Monica? Did you bring me back? Monica! I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established that there's no happiness here. So why? Hold on, I'm just kinda trying for voice. Huh? Why can't I look at the script? Something's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? Don't you understand? Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to let us all go? Oh, this is so heartwarming just seeing this. What? You want everything to be like how it should have been? But you really care about them, don't you? I care about you too. I wish... Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. Thank you. I've been fighting to take control of this game again, but if you want to play through the mod, then... well... I'll succumb to the mod's control. So, do you want me to allow the mod's activations? Is that an option? Aha! I knew it! Quibble, or whatever your name actually is. Oh, she knows. I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. I wonder if that's actually a big choice that I make. I lay in bed, motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. Is this before Literature Club or after? But today's another day. I guess let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly drag myself out of bed and groggily begin monotony of my daily routine. I apologize if I'm saying this wrong. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummaged through the cupboard looking for something to eat. What's with these tricky words? Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents divorced, ouch, I've just been living off whatever I find in the kitchen. I live with my mom, but she's always taking business trips abroad. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Aww. Although I do miss the smell of bacon eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table, while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny-side-up eggs. But all of that feels like a long-forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. Calorie te, whatever that means. Not exactly the best start to the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me of the urge to cook meals for myself. And with my food quickly finished, I head for the door. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori! We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. So I think this is before the literature club. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving your parents wild. Typical things that young children do. Really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame after all. We've shared a lot of fond memories with each other. I'm surprised to see her so early though. A couple of times I've glanced out the classroom window, only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided it'd be better if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy. More and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Again, these tricky words. Oh well, still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance in question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh, hey Kubble, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today. She laughed softly, misplaced looking frown on her face. I've been alright though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School kinda meh, although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume to walk to school. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's given seeing this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since I've walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frowned. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have bubbly, cheerful personalities. Suspicious. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Oh, she's blushing. Was that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? Or am I mistaking her for someone else? Really? Yeah, really. I've missed you too, Quibble. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Yeah, this is different because, in the start of the game, he would speak to her like in a sour way. And, yeah, I think this might be the afterword. Okay. There it is, that classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playground, forest, that smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have, it's painfully clear that's gone, long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyway. So what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? That's actually me in real life, guys. Yep, it pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Quibble, you haven't changed. Heh, are you saying that you think I need some change? No, one's perfect. There's always room for improvement. Especially in your case, I'm guessing that you're still part of the Go Home Club? Oh. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over everyone? Well, I think as a little exercise is good for anyone. I'm very offended you're trying to call me fat right now. Well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I'll let you go check it out there. It is! Anime club? Wow, how'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so... Quibble, you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert, if you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happened that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Wait, what? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Well, I did not expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Kind of. The club's kinda only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. Monica, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. So that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Sounds like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very young literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. So this is said before. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature was never quite captured my interest. Unless you count manga as literature, that is. I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand though. Not many people like reading. I'm sorry if I'm a terrible voice actor. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading, if you count manga. I also read Final Fantasy Freddy, Skullduggery, Pleasant, and Scream Street. I much the last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at the sheepishness. Haha, you sound like someone I know from the literature club. She talks about manga all the time. Natsuki. Oh really? I am actually quite interested in your club though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing in its review. Okay, this is different. Shut up, Joel! If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place as any to start. That's great! You should come. You can just come by sometime. And by sometimes you're hoping for today, aren't you? Heh, the sooner the better. All right, I'll have to look after school today. Hey, thanks, Quibble. Although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. Love this music. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school. Entrance admits a crowd of chattering students. Oh. arts this hallway. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the mornings, so I'm fairly confident that the next hour or so won't be too bad. Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Is this a new character? Only one of the coolest, most down-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. New character! Sakurai! Or Sakurai! Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, I'm gonna call him Sakurai, that sounds cooler. Morning, Quibble. How are we today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on 20th century history today, so needless to say, I'm excited. Oh, I love history. I never took it as my special exam, though. Oh yeah? First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff? You bet. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all of my teachers were as friendly and made efforts to know their students better. Oh well. I take a seat of one of my classmates. Emmy smiles and waves. Emmy. Ooh, is Emmy another person? Bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for her skills on the track field. Even when she isn't running, she's still pretty much a ball of energy. New character! Emmy! Hey-ya! We have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class, but I don't really see each other outside of school. How are you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today, Quibble. Oh. She's one of those uwu mouths, I think. She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team, and she has a habit of dropping some, not subtitles. Oh! Could there be a chance that I would join the literature club or a sports club? Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any clubs, so you should totally join us. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm not part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm gonna check out the literature club after school. I didn't really think you were a poetic type. But if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. Okay, I'm very interested now. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright guys, let's make a start. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Well, that's the school lesson over. As I linger behind the classroom to gather up all my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori! Hi again, Quibble! Hey, the literature club meeting today, right? Yeah, it is! I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha! Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Look at you! Finally doing something extracurricular. Can't speak. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making a smile. Each individual club member makes us it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression after all. I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way. Up the stairs at the end. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit more better. The stairs lead up the section on the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. trust me, you're gonna love it! She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After seemingly a long wait, the door finally slides open. A small pink girl peeks out. Natsuki! Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki! Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club! The girl who's apparently called Natsuki slowly turns to glare at me and narrow her eyes. She opens the door fully behind her. I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. Ooh. Is that Yuri? What? Hey, wait, sir, Sayori! Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I want to introduce you to our newest member, Quibble! Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call the new member, isn't it? Then I noticed a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic. You name it, she's got it. Unfortunately, it also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me with a stern look, but then quickly lights up. But down the book she holding and rushes over. She knows what's up. Monica! Quibble, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in a book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Yuri! A new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap, it seems that I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but a bunch of other cute girls. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? Yeah, I'm practically in anime. But enough gawking, Quibble. Stop staring and stalking. Start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Quibble. I smile at her and she turns to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Quibble. Monica smiles sweetly. I try to look for anything suspicious. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys run a club with just 4 of you then? Huh. Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Haha, well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say. Sorry, I think it was Monica. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. Poke. She looks beep at me. For what reason, I didn't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk in and said hello. Sayori! Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep! He told me he wanted to join this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Oh, great. Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why, though. Sorry about Natsuki. That's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing. I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Haha, sorry. I've got to try to make a good impression, though. Come on, Natsuki. Be new members. If you don't feel like being nice, Quibble, can you at least be nice for me, please? Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray! Thanks, Natsuki! Looks like I know how the Sunday of the group is now. It's mostly comical, an extent of which Natsuki fits the trope. That trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influence, though. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How would you come to learn about the Literature Club, Quibble? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was looking for a club to join, I figured that I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the Literature Club, so Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the really only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring up together like-minded people who love literature. Whoa, you took us straight. I'm really happy with how it turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Quibble? Did you bring anything to read? No. As she asked that, I realized I'm not much of a reader, much less someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? Oh, no. I don't really have any books at me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I lie through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. Faceade? Faced. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Oh well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over there. Maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a variety of books available, ranging of genre from horror and fantasy, all the way down to non-fiction. Why don't I read a history book? That'll be clever. Sheepishly, I turn towards... Are you still just gonna stare at me? Yuri. Hey, could you help me pick out a book you think I'd like? I'd be happy to if the prospect isn't too off-putting. I know a wonderful horror novel. I am also into horror stories. To be honest, horror never particularly appealed to me. Still, I want to make an effect here. I have an open mind. What book were you thinking of? Blushing, Yuri bends down and removes a thick book from the bookcase. It has a large piercing eye on the cover. It almost feels like it's staring into my soul. One of my personal favorites, Portrait of Markov. I know it might look intimidating, but sorry. She shakes her head and goes to put the book back, but I stop her. Don't worry about it. I'd love to check it out. What's it about? A coy smile plays across her face, as though she were pleasantly surprised by my enthusiasm. Let's see, the protagonist is a young high school student who moves in with her sister, but shortly after sinister things start happening. The two are captured by ominous cults that practice nightmarish experiments on their prisoners. Throughout the story, she's forced to make choices on one of her age she could have to make. In the process, her ability to trust others is warped, and many of her relationships are broken as a result. Pretty dark, but hey, I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound interesting. Well, it definitely sounds pretty engaging. I think I'll read this book then. Natsuki mumbles something, but she's barely out of earshot. Really? You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I do! Well, this might not be what I usually pick. Your description of the plot intrigued me. Although I have to ask, what makes this your favorite book? If I had to put it into words, I suppose I am a big believer in literature's ability to challenge the psyche. So to have such an immersive tale question your ideals and foundation can be extremely exhilarating. She smiles and twirls along. Lavender strands out of hair around with her finger. Words are immensely powerful. They can paint stunning portraits, invoke emotions, or even whisk oneself away to an entirely new dimension. As she continues to speak, she transforms from the timid girl I just met into a proud, confident expert. I get the impression that she feels more at home with books rather than people. Isn't that exhilarating, Quibble? We have such vast vocabulary at our disposal, with such a powerful resource of our fingertips. Sorry! We can do anything. I clear my throat, hoping that I don't put her off with my evident experiment. Yeah, when you put it that way, I understand how powerful the written word can be. I scratch the back of my head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be satisfactory answer. One must look at the word of the office, though. We have so many synonyms. So what compelled the author to shape their stories the way they did? The feeling I get when I finally finish a truly compelling novel, it leaves me totally breathtaking. I wish I had something coherent to respond with. We might as well make be from different planets. I think I know what you mean. She closes her eyes, pulling her hands close to her chest. Then, as though remembering she's not alone, she suddenly blinks and immediately appears more bashful. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I must have gotten lost in my train of thoughts. She fidgets with a clip in her hair, sliding it up and down. Hey, don't worry about it. It's nice to see you talk about something you obviously enjoy. Who's to say otherwise? Yuri glances over to Natsuki, who simply raises her eyebrows in reply. Does Natsuki not like these kind of stories? She sighs and turns to look out of the window. That's putting it lightly. We have our differences in what we enjoy, literature-wise. She frowns slightly, as though pained by Natsuki's apparent disapproval. Well, I think everyone's different tastes are what make literature interesting. Oh my gosh, can you please speak words, please? I'm sorry, I'm new to this. Kind of. Especially when talking about it with other people. I can't help it but grin. I feel like it was actually pretty clever. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it. I reach over to take a portrait of Markov from her, tucking it under my arm. Well, I'll give this a bit of a read and see how far I can get tonight. I appreciate you giving it a chance, even if it's not something you're used to. I'll be looking forward to hearing your opinion. I must warn you though, once you get past the first few chapters, you might have trouble putting it down. And perhaps tomorrow, if you wanted to, we could discuss it. She looks quite nervous as she suggests that. Guess that's just how her personality is. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri. I do need to brand out and try new things. This will be a good place to start. I'm grateful that I get to read it on my own, at least for now. I honestly have no idea if I'll even like it. If I were reading it with her, I decided I didn't. That might make things a little awkward. With book in hand, I make my way to a desk. The others are all now preoccupied, so this seems like a convenient time to start the story. So far the only difference has been it's a different start, and we've just got to meet two other characters. So I wonder what's different. It's definitely an unusual book. Wait, this is said to be played afterwards, so something I think will happen. Horror was never really my thing. It is actually mine. But I have to admit, the main idea, it's intriguing. The main characters are written well. Let's actually take a look around. So there are books there, posters. Because there has been a secret of a poster change. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Yuri. All that talk about appreciating so sophisticated language. Okay, whatever I say, I'm just gonna go on with it. Well, it's not exactly my kind of story. To their credit, the author does a good job building up the rather bleak situation. I've never been particularly imaginative, but even if I can picture the scene in my head, if I went so tired, I could probably engage with it more. Over time, I can't help but grow a little more bored, though. I guess I've read enough to be able to discuss with Yuri tomorrow, so I decided to call it there. Looking up, I spot Sayuri reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. I've probably read this for long enough. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, Sayuri? What are you reading? As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much. Just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seem really into your book. Oh yeah, it was a good read. At least as far as I could tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. Same here, game. That's great! So how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a little worried, a cheerful persona fluttering for a moment. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to tell how I really feel about the club. Of course not, Sayuri. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes to new stuff. I've never been huge or anything, but I'm confident the Literature Club could change that. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club, and then you don't have an interest in it, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. The smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. That's great, Quibble! Hee. We read for a while, which turns into a talking fairly quickly, a conversation being a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend. Who'd have guessed to reconnecting would be so easy? I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifted and bubbly. I don't know what is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've really been talking for a bit, haven't we, man? I haven't even realized the time. I guess we have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the Literature Club so much. There are really a welcome at ease vibe here. It must be nice for a change for a pace. After how hectic the school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Quibble. It is. It really is. I'm grateful for the others as well. They really helped make the club the way it is. I can't help but notice that Atsuki Yuri seems to be very different though. Do they argue much? She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I can sense this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monika seems like a great president though. She really must be very proud of this club. Just then, Monika gets up from the desk as she was sitting and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Okay, everyone. I hope we're all having a good time so far. She hasn't done that little pose she usually did yet. There's a good moment of silence during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. So do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. As it turns out, Atsuki baked some cupcakes for the club too. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Quibble. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. I dutifully follow Sayori over where the rest of the girls have pulled, a couple of desks together to form a table. How about I make some tea as well? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take the seat next to Sayori. If the conversation starts to die out, I can rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen of white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. Little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful. It's delicious! And has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. She's waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. She made it all by herself? That's seriously impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. But then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palette. These cupcakes are amazing! Thank you, Natsuki. I can notice my mouse is kind of flickering. Yeah, you better thank me, cause this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Pretty sure that should have said your. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No, it just seems professionally made. So I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. I wish my dad was a baker, but just because I don't bake for money, it doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, you're right, sorry. I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by your cooking. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today, eh? It's not every day that I have the time to bake. So, be thankful. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, bow down before me, peasant. Aha! Are you expecting Quibble to prostrate me himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thoughts. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little, though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully to Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table, carrying tea set. I don't like tea. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Oh, don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I don't like tea. I drink milk. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Don't worry about it. I believe you. Tea and reading might not be common pastime for me, but I can at least appreciate it. I want milk. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. I'm happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Quibble. As president of the literary club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me. I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monica. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised that aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled in their own activities already. You could put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You don't have to work convince. You don't have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like cultural festivals that much more important. Speaking of school events, I don't think I saw your club at the fair at the beginning of the year. That's because I hadn't started it yet. Oh, I guess that explains why you don't have many members yet. Yeah, we missed the opportunity to draw first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a lot harder to advertise on person-by-person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have other extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of new members joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know that everyone here likes reading, but do you guys write as well? Actually, we haven't really done any writing together, funnily enough. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. Huh? To be honest, I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up, rummages through her book bag, and returns with a loose notebook page in her hands. I happen to have here a poem called... Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. What have you written, Natsuki? Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out of the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Duly noted. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing sounds really cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes and your poems! Everything you do is just cute as you are! Sierra settles behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of! So you do write your own poems, Natsuki? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? Not if everyone's just gonna call them cute. Like she already said, there's something wrong being cute, you know. You wouldn't get it. There's nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say it's cute. Scorn drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki looks surprised at Yuri's sudden interjection. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest word of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up our readers, exposing your I know the word. Venerability. Right! Assuming even the deepest reaches of your hearts. And when that's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice to say, I can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. Sounds like both you and Natsuki have written experience in common, Yuri. Maybe. Although, I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki. Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with what you said, so... A brief moment of silence falls upon us as we all reflect on the conversation. This just gave me an idea, everyone. We all look quizzically at Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If we have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of their poetry, how about we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful, and I think it'd be fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my old poetry. I didn't write it to read my publics, so... Yeah, same here. That's fine. We can all just go home and write new poems to bring tomorrow. I was going to suggest that anyway, since I don't think of the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Yeah! That sounds awesome! I think learning about poetry would be really fun! And now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Quibble? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The literature club has very welcoming so far, at least after the introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I had my doubts at first, but given differently welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any difference why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you, Monica. Yay! I'm so happy you're joining us! Sayori rubs her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! And thanks for playing along! Yeah. She whispered this last remark in my ear. She was so aware that I'd never agreed to join in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Although Sayori is the most enthusiastic, all the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would be super beat if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so that we can hold discussion. Monica looks over at me once more. Quibble, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me. No G's. I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Oh well, it's not like Monica's going to be harsh as an actual literature teacher, though, right? My literature teacher are very nice. Meanwhile, the other continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Yuri, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Given that she introduced me to all these amazing people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure, let's head home! With that, the two of us wave goodbye and make our way home. On the way back, we discussed the event of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of them. Alright, I'll just need to make some of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, it's different! Whoa! Oh, that's like lone screen. time to write a poem. Pick words of your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen. Let's go with peaceful. Okay, Monica likes that. But however, there's some depression. Monica likes that. Because of death. Whoa, Monica is liking this one. Whatever. It says kiss. She likes that. Kawaii, the chocolate. Let's do charm. Let's make it a bit dark. Universe. Papa, please. Music. Anxiety. Vibrant. No. Rainbow, like Rainbow. Marshmallow, subscribe to his channel. He's so close to getting 50 million subscribers. He's the next likeliest to get a custom play button. Oh, I could if you all subscribe to my channel. Blink, blink. Games. They'll be hurt. Forgive. I'm not even gonna look. Boop. Question. Dark. Sadness. Let's leave it with a good one. Color! Oh. And let's do heart. So I think that was mostly Monica that liked it. Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting it. Okay, that was Doki Doki Blue Skies. So, not much difference in it so far. So far, there's been 2 new characters. A history teacher and a girl that is in the sports section. And we also got to talk to Monica before it all happened. And a few things have changed. Maybe I think it's something that's changed that I haven't noticed yet, but I wonder when actual different things are going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I think this will be an hour-long video, depending on how much I cut off. I don't think that much, because I want a full gameplay. But anyway, so far I've been liking it. It's been good so far. Of course, Doki Doki is one of the greatest games, on my top 25 favorite games. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, ring the bell. I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye.